What's good, everybody? My name's Louis. Welcome back to the podcast. Today I'm joined by a very talented young man. Please introduce yourself.
Yo, what's good? Anarfi, the Village Professional, formerly known as the Vhs Papi. I've given that name away, but the merch still runs in it. You know what I mean? We got Lewis for wearing the shirt today, man. I appreciate that.
Yeah, no respect for the package come through today. So some of you may have seen me on Anarfi's podcast, WRESTHINGS. It's a fucking quality podcast we've hit. There's a few of them. It's like a family, man. I spoke to Grap or the Swave, whatever you want to call him, the other day about it, and it is like a massive family. And was that your aim at the beginning?
You know what's mad? But like our aim at the beginning was for us just to link up and talk about wrestling again. like I used to talk about uni days. But it's just gone from like 4-man to like bare guys in the group chat just talking about wrestling 24/7.
Yeah.
It's nuts. And it's what's mad about it is that it's never draining for me. It's never a thing that's like, oh, here we go again. It's like, yes, let's talk more, add more people to the
Yeah.
Let's get to know more people. So it's sick. Like, I don't know. It's mad. Like, I think we're like 2 years in. Like, who knows what's gonna happen in the next 3 years, 5 years? It's crazy.
Yeah. So what would be the aim then? So you carry on, make it, or like move on to like other stuff, like maybe a wrestling promotion, hire you as like the commentators or something like that would be cool.
I think that would be sick. I think that's one of the 10-year plans. I think that's something we've written in my 10-year plan. Every year we kind of look back at our plans that we've done for like the years ahead, and we'll say, "Cool, have we done that yet? Have we done that yet? Have we done that yet?" If we haven't done it, then we forward on to the next year. But I think our plan is to basically get wrestling and turn into more of a network, and hopefully go into do like our own, like one day have our own show where not fans, but people can come and watch wrestlers, their favorite wrestlers, wrestle and stuff like something that what Johnson did.
Yeah.
I mean, like a big actual show, and after people come along and wrestle.
Just like a huge production, like content creating at the highest level.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly.
Yeah, so do suggest everyone check it out. We might come back to it later, but just want to talk to you because you just released with the Swave that the visuals for Bruce, and yeah, that's fucking sick video. How long you been doing it, bro?
Oh, fam. You know what it is? I can only say by I can't really count since I feel like it's mumble actual rampage. So I started my first music video I shot was in 2010, and I shot on one handicap on like JVC, and I remember doing it, and I remember those days where you couldn't just go into like an editing software and just put the SD card in and just basically take the footage off and put it into another program and edit it. You had to basically log and transfer it, log and capture. So you had to sit through the whole footage.
Yeah.
Basically record it off the camera into the program, come off the program, cut it up yourself, then that's it. You know what I mean? So I've been doing it since then.
A fucking OG, innit?
Fam, it's long.
Yeah, so without blowing smoke up your fucking ass, just want to say what Anarfi does for the scene without people realizing he's a fucking sick podcaster, sick content creator, like quality host and filmmaker, editor, sound guy, graphics. You know what I mean? This guy does everything, and like.
Well, I'm humbled, man. Man, I don't know how to sell myself, and I feel like you've done it.
Yeah, well, there you go. Clip that, and post it everywhere. Like,
yeah, no, that's gonna be my pinned tweet, man.
Yeah. So you got anything else? Any other visuals coming out in the pipeline?
Yeah, we've got plenty more. Been in discussion with Derek, also known as Guap or Sway. Been in discussion with him. We're going to shoot another video with him soon. I've got a few shoots coming up next week, and I've also got a video that's going to come out soon. I'm literally about to finish off the edit. It's hard, like trying to like managing all these shoots as well as do the podcast as well. But sometimes I think to myself, I don't know how I'm doing it. I'm just doing it. I just put my head down and doing it. Like, even whilst I'm speaking to you, I'm moving out to a new place, and it's hard balancing that. So as you've seen, like this week and last week, there hasn't been any visuals dropping because I've been kind of this move and like getting stuff ready. But when that's all finished, we're gonna go full throttle again. There's gonna be tons of content coming out.
Yes.
From rest things.
So people who don't know, he releases under, is it Flawless Professionals? Is that, who's that with? Is it you and?
Flawless Professionals. So Flawless Professionals is me. It's a duo. So it's me and my mate Eddie. He agrees. I kind of put ourselves like we're like Jeff Hardy and Matt early Attitude Era days. Like the chemistry that me and Eddie have got is mad. Like whenever we touch the camera or come with an idea, people always feel it. It's nuts. Sometimes I just think to myself, are they actually saying it because they're just saying it, or did they actually believe in us?
Yeah, no.
I think it's actually people just believing in us.
I can see people believing you, bro. So Derek or LeSue's next drop, is that your visual as well?
Which one? The Metro.
The one at the end, yeah.
Yeah, that's me as well. That's all me. So I think this week I messaged him and I was like, bro, the response from flipping Bruce has been mad, and I've been shooting Derek just from early. So I was like, bro, like yes, do the Metro, man. Let's do it fast, man. But I think with time and stuff and where I am in life right now, it's hard to like even think about it too tough. But I've got ideas there that I want to put out into the world, and
but you've got to strike while it's hot, man, because like his name's gonna blow as well. I guarantee it. And you guys are on there with it. You know what I mean? So so let's go back to the podcast. Sorry, what is the next year looking like for WRESTHINGS? Are you just going to carry on doing what you're doing and just hope for the break, or are you going to push for the break?
We're going to push for the break, man. I feel like we need to get ourselves out there a bit more. Obviously, we're already out there in terms of like people on Twitter and stuff, but not everyone actually knows who we are. Or probably people have seen us and not even just retweeted us just because they think it's another wrestling. That's think it's another podcast of like body counts and sex and cheating on girlfriends and stuff. We're like we're a wrestling podcast that sometimes dabble with
like real life, yeah. But like
real life stuff, innit? You know what I mean?
But like I've spoken about this many times. Like wrestling. So for people to watch wrestling podcasts, they'll just automatically assume it with the fucking toxic wrestling side of Twitter, which is fucking shit. So it's always going to be hard for someone like yourself to and your team to like, because they're just real fucking geezers talking real shit, and like people won't give it a time of day. They have to like jump in and actually listen to it, because everyone's just going to assume it's just another fucking internet nerd talking shit, you know what I mean, without trying to jeopardize anyone's niche, anyone's market. But it is a lot of fucking nerds. And
it's true, man. It's true.
What did you call them on the podcast? Wrestle bashers or
wrestle bashers?
Yeah,
wrestle bashers, man. There's plenty of them. Like, and I feel like some of these wrestle bashers make watching wrestling not enjoyable, and that's what we're trying to eradicate. You know what I mean? Like, okay, have your thoughts, have your say and stuff, but when it becomes 24/7, like you're banging on about 24/7, and you're saying it's about 24/7, everything that comes in your mouth is toxic, none of it's positive. It's like, bro, come on, man, go outside and go and taste the air, man. You know what I mean? Have fun, man. Like, enjoy wrestling for what it is, because at the end of the day, before anything, it's entertainment. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Any sports entertainment, football, basketball, boxing, it's all entertainment. That's the top of it. The sport comes after, and that's what we dabble in. We dabble in the sport and the entertainment, but we keep it neutral with both. We try to keep it neutral both. So.
Yeah, and it's good to see geezers like yourself, like just like people who, I don't know how this is going to sound, but like you don't expect you guys to like coming from the ends and like Mandem just talking about fucking wrestling, you know what I'm saying? Just like real fucking geezers, and there's no scripted, there's no fucking forced. You see a lot of it, and it's like they've rehearsed what to say and all this other shit. You know what I mean? And so that obviously was an aim as well, because you guys are like talented in other stuff, so you could bring it all together.
Yeah. I feel like for us, it's I think our biggest selling point here is that we're all ourselves.
Yeah.
We haven't had to try and adapt to any other personalities or any. We haven't been given a guide and said this is how you present a wrestling
Yeah.
podcast. When I came into this with my eyes closed. Like I didn't know. So basically, I didn't know just because Jericho had a podcast. I didn't know Steve Austin had a podcast. I didn't know anyone else had a podcast. I just literally jumped into it, and it was like, bam, guys, let's do this. Hopefully it bangs. If it bangs, it bangs. You know what I mean? And I think it was only when we done, because obviously those visuals in it on the podcast and stuff, and people didn't really people see the visuals in it, but that's the podcast side. But it was only when we done our WrestleMania predictions video and we showed who we are, like our faces and stuff, and was actually talking about wrestling. There was like pictures of wrestlers next to us. People were like, "Raw, another wrestling podcast in the UK. Let me go check it out."
Yeah.
And even when I went to the WWE Performance Center, UK Performance Center, when I put that up, everyone's like, "Raw, these guys are actually doing big things." But these times there, it wasn't. That was just like the beginning of what wrestling is. You know what I mean? That was like the first actual big break, which we thought was going to take us this, but nothing came from it after. But you know, it's just it's nuts, man. I feel like once people see a face to the voice and see what we're really about, then
Yeah. So it's when I started podcasting, it was I did just audio, because I thought, because like people just like myself, a lot of the time I will just listen to a podcast rather than watch it. But then as I've like met other podcasters and then really got into podcasting, like speaking to everyone else, I've actually started watching them. So like that, then I had to make the changeover, and then I have seen the difference in people actually paying attention, because you feel like they're actually talking in a conversation with you as well. I don't know if that makes sense.
yeah, it's true. Like another prime example is Stone Cold's Broken Skull.
Broken Skull, yeah.
Amazing podcast. I love the way. Like I think if it wasn't for him, I wouldn't have added pictures and photos and videos into the podcast how I'm doing now. So like Stone Cold, for example, we'd be talking to Chris Jericho, but Chris Jericho, do you remember that time in 1999 where you
And then it would pop up, yeah,
like that, and it'll pop up on the screen.
Yeah.
Stuff like that is amazing because it's like there's like if you don't remember it, you're gonna be like, oh, when was that? You have to go back to YouTube and search out, but this like it's right in front of your face. You know what I mean? It's like, oh, damn, I remember that. So stuff like that really helps.
Yeah, or you get that Mandela effect, don't you, when you kind of remember it wrong.
Yeah, you remember it wrong. Yeah.
Thing about Broken Skulls, if you don't mind just talking about that.
Yeah.
It's clearly funded by WWE.
Yeah, it is.
But he's kind of like been given like free reign, whereas normally on a like something owned by another company like WWE especially, they were like telling him like he'll have like a hidden agenda not to speak about certain stuff, but then he kind of doesn't give a fuck, and that's why I think I like the podcast. Well, we saw the other day he got fucking Jericho on. That's a madness.
That's nuts, man. And Jericho has mentioned AEW, Ring of Honor, New Japan. They're all talking about a bunch of stuff, and it's like I would have thought to myself, like in the edit, Vince would have been like, "Yo, I need to approve this. Take this out. Take that out. Take that out."
If it was live, you could have got away with it. Like in my head, and I'm thinking when they announced it, like it's coming out, and I thought, well, they're going to just talk about his time in WWE.
Yeah.
And then he didn't. It's a good fucking podcast, man. Colt Cabana is a good one, but they have hidden agendas to anti WWE and stuff. But you find that a lot in all podcasts, not just wrestling. Like, because I've got a football podcast called Top Bins with a few chefs, and we're kind of we're very down the middle. But then you look at other football podcasts, they have like their favorite teams. They kind of like
dedicated to that.
Yeah, they can't. Yeah. Well, they kind of try to stay unbiased, but you can hear when they get more passionate about other stuff. But like I said to Gwat, WRESTHINGS kind of has its own, like, all four or five of you all have your own personality while being quite similar at the same time, and I think that makes a fucking good podcast, bro.
I appreciate it.
Yeah,
I think what helped us a lot is the fact that everyone's come from different parts of wrestling history. So Laps is like attitude. He's like ruthless aggression through and through. I'm like old school 90s, but I'm slightly trying to change into like, you know, the later times and stuff. And Derek is like the Mr. Independence. Like you mention any sort of nation in the world, even if it's Zambia Or even if it's what else? Like Russia, he'll give you a promotion there. Do you know what I mean? He knows his stuff. Like Sam is like Undertaker through and through. Any Undertaker match.
And visceral, yeah.
You know what I mean, versus like TNA, God, like you mentioned anything like versus terms like TNA or AJ Styles, that's it. So do you know what I mean? Everyone's come from different parts. Just they know
Yeah, but that's a good podcast. But like then you guys like bounce off each other really well as well. But yeah, it is quite a struggle to watch Sam just not watch any other promotion.
Yeah. I told him all the time, man. I need to fix up, man. Bro, there's more girls out there, fam. Go meet other girls, fam. AEW's out there.
A fucking WWE's the ugliest girl at the moment, you know what I mean?
WWE alone, man. Go treat someone else, man.
Yeah, so I'm definitely going to come back on the show if I can. Yeah, I spoke to Grap obviously, and I said I've sorted my fucking intro out, like, and it's going to be top one. I can guarantee.
Oh, sick.
Top one guest intro. Yeah.
Okay, cool. I look forward to listening to it, man.
He said Gigi was, and because mine was fucking terrible, so I didn't know what I was fucking doing.
Gigi smashed it, man.
Yeah, but wait, he's fucking dog water compared to my fucking next intro. Trust me, cuz. Yeah. So what else? What other avenues are you in? So I know you do all the other content on wrestlings, like the Whose Song Is It, which is incredible. It's funny to watch. But yeah, you got anything outside of wrestlings?
So outside of wrestlings, also produce content for our Mrs. YouTube channel as well via Ellen. Ellen rants, like my missus, she rants about a lot of stuff on YouTube. Name it, like from TFL to flipping Deliveroo to like you name it. She rants about everything. And that's picked up a lot of steam as well. Like she's killing it, man. She's killing it. Obviously, she's on a hiatus at the moment because of just life and stuff and the lockdown stuff. It's hard to produce during the lockdown, but she'll be back with some more stuff. Other than that, yeah, that's pretty much it. So at the moment, just wrestlings, Foolish Professionals, and stuff, and just hopefully one day. I don't know. I said to Derek that with this network, I hope to develop other things. So if it's not wrestlings, or be film things, or be music things, and so on and so forth.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So we can just
so it's like that sort of stuff. It's the word things that makes you. Things, yeah. That's a great idea. Yeah. And then you can get other avenues of different guests and stuff. So someone who's banging to films or music or different band members and that to get on. That's a good idea. Music things will take off because that's the cool thing, isn't it? Like people always just listening to musicians and that, just talk. Well, podcasting's on the up, I think, again. I just can't wait so I can actually have people here because we're like building a studio at the moment. There's a little thing behind us. There's a new podcast coming. B&B podcast. Yeah, that's the first time I've ever said it out loud. We're building something. I told people we're building a studio and whatever, but we're building a little studio. So that would be a future thing, but I'd want that's an in-person thing like what you guys are doing. So everything I've done so far has just been over calls and that, you know what I mean, because of lockdown. You ever think about doing one on your own?
A podcast. Do you know what's funny? I did, So I did a podcast like time ago, but I didn't release any episodes. I've done like a film podcast. And basically what I did was like every podcast I was picking a film to discuss because I'm paid in full. I'm paid in full with my mate, so he came on. I'm paid in full. And it was so hard, man, because it's like there's certain scenes I would remember that he would remember, and he will say certain things that he would remember that I would remember, and I was like, oh, I don't remember that. And after I was like, yeah, I don't know, but I had to just basically like blag it sometimes, So I was like, okay, I don't think it's working out, man. Let's get it. So, but the good thing about wrestling is that you always remember the beginning, middle. You always remember the middle and the end of a wrestling match because everything's down to moments. You know what I mean? When it's like film, it's like it's hard to remember because there's a lot.
Well, remember, films are like art, so everyone perceives it differently. So, like, if there's a certain scene, you'll think it's related to something else. So it's really hard to just fucking try break down a film if you ain't like a proper professional.
Proper film guy,
Yeah.
So
But whereas wrestling is like, it's perceived one way, it's fucking either a good match or not. Like,
exactly. Oh, it depends. To be honest, if you're looking at I call it booking Twitter, they'll probably say sometimes a match. For example, they'll say a match between Stone Cold and they'll probably say Kenny Omega match and Kenny Omega and flipping Jericho is better than Stone Cold and The Rock or something like that. Do you know what I mean? And you know, people disagree.
Well, no, yeah, people perceive it differently as like a better technical match rather than a better moments match. Because I don't want to get into that, to be fair, because we could be there for fucking ages, and that's your show. That's your show. We'll get into that next month when I come down, bro.
Please do, man. Please do.
Yeah, we'll bring that heat. Like what would have happened in different times and all that. Yeah. So the things is the next big thing for you. Yeah. The films.
I'll say so. I think it'll be fun to like dabble into other stuff. And I think that for the next when it becomes like a thing sort of thing, I think it'll be less podcast, more like list creation stuff. So like you have top 5 films that had Mel Gibson direct, or top 5 films that were made during the pandemic.
The rest of your content you release on your channel. So like, whose song is it? That could work in a film style of thing.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
And then the top 5, I got 5 on it, can work in different fucking aspects as well. So you've got like a skeleton. What I don't like. It's probably, it might have been unintentional, but if it was intentional, it's fucking genius. It's like it could just be moved. Like
I think it's mad because it's unintentional. I feel it's the way God has made it, innit? Do you know what I mean? And the way I've made it as well. So it's like it's mad because a lot of this stuff can be taken anywhere. So the podcast, like the 5 in it, that can be used within anything. 5 players that played for Manchester United in 2000. And you list them, and people are like, oh wow, okay, cool.
Because it's opinion based.
Yeah.
So it's like people will just listen and argue. That's the best part about what we do. People won't always agree with you, and like sometimes that's why wrestling to it is fucked, because it's like if you don't agree with them, you're wrong. But like real fans will go, no, this is why I think this is it. But cool, your opinion's also cool. So people who don't know, I'm a chef, and we always got the radio on in the kitchen, and that's a little secret game that chefs play. Like wherever I've worked, play. So a song comes on, you go, what? Like they go, what film? And you're like, and then you're like, pint. What film? Like better pint on it, and then throughout the day it gets more and more and more. Yeah, that's it. So like to watch it like from a different point of view would be really fucking cool idea. Because that whose song is it anyway? It's fucking hilarious. And do you know what makes it funnier is you shouting in the background.
Oh, do you know what it is? I said to Derek and Versa and Sam, and so I was like, guys, like for next season, we need to have 2 cameras. We need to have a camera on us and a camera on the person.
100%.
The way we move in the background is flipping hilarious. Like we're jumping and shouting and screaming stuff, and it's jokes. We need that for next season.
It's like you've like it's like the catchphrase of the show is essentially "Oh my god," and it's coming from you. Like I was speaking to Derek. Speaking to Derek about that episode, was it Jamie?
Do you know what it is? It's like this season when Jamie come through, I was like, guys, like he definitely needs to come through hard because NK is basically like showing him up. NK had a poor season, had a poor attempt last season. He's come back this season, redeemed himself, and he's made himself top 3. So Jamie, you have to basically step up. And Jamie's come through, and he's like
the worst ever.
Jamie, I was like, Jamie, are you right? He goes, yeah, man, he's probably giddy. And I was like, you don't look like you're right, bro. I feel like you've done something before coming in here. And he goes, no, I'm cool. He took a seat, and I was looking at his mannerisms. I was like, nah.
He's like winking and like he was hard, bro.
I was like, bro, you're fried, man. He goes, no, I'm good. I was like, cool, let's start the clock then.
When he was like, no. And then
done that. And I was like, okay. then he was, I think what threw me off the most is when he said, "We played Goldust's thing," and he was like, "Oh, that's Goldberg, isn't it?" I was like, "Wait, what?" I was like, "Oh."
What did he say? The Japanese wrestler. Oh, I can't remember. I was fucking crying.
I think he called him Iron Sheik or so. I don't know. He says quite stupid, man.
Because I didn't watch that episode till like the week after I was on your show.
Yeah.
So I thought, because when you boys said, I think it was Sam who said like, "Oh, we got to get you on next season." I'll be fucking terrible, but I'll be well up for it. But like,
I think you'll smash it, man.
Just for comedy value, like, because honestly, I'm not very good at that. Like,
I think you do good, man. Do you know what it is? It's just a case of like saying what comes to your head, yeah. But if you get it wrong, go to the next one, because the next one could be a whole rally of
the trick
era songs that you remember.
The trick isn't to just like throw guesses out. If you don't know it, skip it as quick as you fucking can. Like,
But if you don't, you waste time, man. So
yeah, so I said to I remember watching it and I thought, this is fucking hilarious. And then I was like, I'll definitely do it. And then I thought, I'd be fucking terrible, bro. But it'd be funny, at least.
Yeah, I'll be jokes, man. It's jokes. It's always jokes.
Yeah, so please tell everyone your socials and wrestling socials.
Cool. Follow me on Twitter, Anarfi FP. On wrestling, follow us on wrestling. Follow us on Twitter as well. Wrestling. So it's wrestling. So it's WRESTHINGS. Wrestling. Follow us on there. And yeah, hit our Foolish Professionals as well, man. If you want any high end music videos, do you get what I mean? So yeah. Send us a DM.
Thank you very much, bro.
Big up you, Lewis.
No, man, thank you, bro.
Lewis, aka Paco.
Paco. The geezers know me as Paco in it, but I was trying to go a different route. I might go back. Who knows? But
I like the name Paco. Paco is cold, man.
Yeah, it's an old nickname from when I was like a kid in it. But one final question: ask everybody, how do you want to be remembered?
I don't be remembered. I want to be remembered as the guy that you know, like what's the word? Just being humble, innit? Remember the guy that's just humble, the guy that was humble, and you know, and that what's the word? Yeah, just basically the guy that was just humble, man.
Yeah.
Like nothing else. Like just humble, and he knew how to do it all. Like music, TV, media, all sorts of media. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. What I get from you guys is like, you're real as fuck. Like, this is it. Like, and I think that's a good way to be remembered. Like, you, Anarfi is Anarfi. That's it.
Appreciate that, man.
Yeah, man. Thank you for coming on, bro. It means a lot.
Thank you, man. Appreciate that, man.